just too fast, yeah, I kill him in stride. I love all my haters, they concealing their pride. Went from humble beginners to numerous winners. I took a few losses, you know I hit still got chicken to fry. Know some people out here picking a side. Know I'm out here picking a lot. Watching the fakes, watching the snakes slither, striking the time. TDE, it's the family, we them dominant dogs. Top tiering, when them comments involved, we out for it all. Rock side, he ain't dropping the ball. Prime time, who want it with us? Us. Got clarity, longevity, like bus and bus. Got too far, and it's the starving, this and that's a no-no. If I'm hungry, then I'm hunting, always on the go-go. Been a problem my whole life. Mama love when I'm living right. Daddy raised me survive and fight. Now they watching me on prime time. Now they watching me on prime time. Now they watching me on prime time.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 or the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the LA Chargers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
A first carry for the All-Pro running back. It's Josh Jacobs. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Second and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. That is incomplete. The throw go right at Devontae Adams, his intended receiver. And it's third down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, this unit currently 7th in the NFL, Charles, in stopping the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game, because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it fourth down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And the rookie Darius Davis deep for the Chargers. Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over first and 10. Herbert and the Chargers now with a first and 10 at their own 11. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll get this out wide to Eckler. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
Well, this defense for the Raiders very strong in that victory a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Escaping the pressure right.
A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
From his end zone, here's Darius Davis.
Unable to, and all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it. Ooh, a costly mistake there in the return game, and that is not how you want to answer an opening touchdown.
Yeah, and your defense is asking you a lot of questions right now because you're already down 7-0. You turn the ball over, they've got to go right back out there to try and keep it from getting to 14-0.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Garoppolo to throw on second down.
On the out route, this is Adams with a catch.
Touchdown Raiders. Davante Adams with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. It's Eckler again. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're open to do it consistently here. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Let's go. Let's go, let's go.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Robert Spillane gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Here we go.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a first down. What we saw there, that's what we know that he can do. He can break tackles and turn them into big runs, and that's what he did.
And what is the buzz phrase nowadays in football for a guy like that? Contact balance. The ability to go through trash, come out the other side, avoid and run through contact, and keep your balance.
And good job of just fighting through 1 tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. You talk about the defense for these Chargers. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Garoppolo looks to throw. That is caught. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Davante Adams with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Raiders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Down the right sideline. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early.
Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score, already down 21.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra injury.
There he goes, left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked. And there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. It'll be a 9-yard gain that time, but it'll also be the final play of this first quarter.
The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Max Duggan
Taking it in from 24 yards out.
And the Raiders are able to stretch out their lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Chargers 7. Daniel Carlson to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
59.
Herbert on third down now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Herbert back to the air. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And that one complete downfield to Allen.
Touchdown, Allen! Keenan Allen, 42 yards. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point try now from Dicker. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout. An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction? Garoppolo's, and this throw brought in here by Mayer. And he's brought down. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. Well, normally you see three tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Would you say this offense is locked in right now? They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs? Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast. Garoppolo now, first down throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks. They have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously. Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. He delivers a big play here for this offense. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Jet sweep. Garoppolo taps it forward. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready. And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him. Jacobs will score. Touchdown, Raiders. Ah, what a luxury it is to be able to call a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run. Carlson now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Eckler going to get it again on second down.
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Herbert.
He gets it to Johnston.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
Now a dump off here complete. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. And they're going to speed things up here.
Duggan looking to throw. Same target. It's Jacobs again.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on.
This is caught inside the 15.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo.
And the Raiders are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Ray, let's go.
Herbert on first down now. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
One, Omaha.
To throw is Garoppolo. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
Garoppolo able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
21.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And the Raiders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Let's do it.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Touchdown! Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Raiders would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Yeah, that's a nice play design right there. He's going to fake the give, then roll out, and he lets his back leak out toward the pylon. And how about the throw? Right where he needed it to be for him to catch it in stride, he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for the Raiders.
The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
5-9, 5-9. Set.
On second down, Eckler. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Just more frustration here offensively, and you can see it in their play and now in their body language. You know they were hoping to put a drive together to begin this third quarter, but it's just not clicking right now, and it's going to be a quick call to the punt team.
Here's J.K. Scott now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over.
Here we go.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. Muscling free near the 40.
103 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon.
Here we go.
And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Here we go.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
Go ahead. Stay hot.
Counter play with Jacobs. And it's a fumble.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
Able to slither by. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
This is 2nd and 8.
It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Jacobs. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Garoppolo, open man, it's Mayer in the end zone for the Raiders touchdown.
A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Raiders have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Baylor Tigers. Baylor.
3rd and long. It's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And nothing to speak of there after the catch as they get him right to the ground at the 37.
But it leads to 4th down.
On 4th down, Herbert. They'll roll him out right.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Herbert throwing again. He's got Allen. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down.
Or maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw taken in by Palmer. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And it's caught. And he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. It'll be first and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Eckler there to make the grab. And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And this is caught, so they do get the two. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he loses the football the second time. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
How about this? Racing to the end zone.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Josh Jacobs, his third touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Raiders are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Once more, here's Eckler. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
74 yards on the ground for Eckler here. That's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Herbert now. Flush to his right. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, it's Herbert. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. Taking it right down Broadway. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for the Raiders.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
From the 29, here's a 2nd and 5.
Hey, easy. OP.
Now it's Herbert. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. Here's a diving catch right side. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
That's another Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a first and 10 as they search for a late score. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. A little short pass. This is Everett. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And the ball on the 30. Here's second and 4. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On first and 10, Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Tyree Wilson in there to record another sack. And that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Herbert. And that is caught. And they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
And CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here, but it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And I'm okay with that cliche, all right? Maybe it'll alleviate the sting a little bit because at least they can look in the mirror and realize they fought all the way through. Horrible game for them, not one they'll want to remember, but at least they'll keep their heads up and have some pride when they leave this stadium.
Herbert and the Chargers staying put. They'll line up and go for two. They'll look to throw.
And this is caught, so they do get the two. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Raiders, that early...
Legends on 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that. Please, please don't. Go that, go that, go that, go that, go that with me. Go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that. Hey, hey, hey. Man, they even got enough change in the meter. Double part looking like Bane in the beater. Her friend keep helping detangle the weave. When they jumped in the front seat to play with the speakers. Let them might blast, stretch them might dance. Love when I stop at my customized bands. Plush like brush like plus. I got them up plus size. Panamera truck. I hop out the roof. Yeah, dime on my left wrist and she got the flu. Yeah, watch look like Chex Mix is post up be blue. She know it's 2 seats, so she leave her best friends. Bust out my dad face. Your chain is a neck. Go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that. Please, please don't go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that with me. Left wrist go that, right wrist go that, necklace go that, sis go that, this don't go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that. Me. I had to hit my designer for sticks, double dip mine in the bleach. I'm blocking for sure. I'm popping down Miami Beach, pull up like LeBron with the heat. I bought a crib in the crib with the office shit. Beach at my mouth, but I can't see me walking there.